Hello everyone, this is Dr. Ayashola Ogundele, Astronautics for Exploit. The focus of my presentation is on lunar mining service provider companies, the drivers behind lunar economy. The overview is as follows: lunar resources and mining, and lunar resources mining companies. Human curiosity, a fundamental aspect of human nature and the driving force behind desire to know what lies in the universe and how to sojourn to the space, unlocking the mysteries and resources in the space, new ideas and new innovations, is opening new worlds of possibilities of mining the moon, the new sources of wealth, and the catalyst for space economy. Lunar resources mining, whose main goal is to unlock the untapped natural resources abound on the moon for the benefits of humans on Earth, has the potentiality of producing a triple bottom line of return on investment, innovation, and inspiration. Successfulness of mining the moon, the Earth's closest celestial neighbor, will pave way for future crewed missions to the moon, Mars, and beyond, and human habitation and settlement on the moon. Lunar resources, which are useful for various purposes, are very important for the realization of human presence on the moon. For example, water, which is a valuable resource that has been shown to be present on the moon, is one of the resources necessary for human survival. Also, its component parts of hydrogen and oxygen can be used as rocket propellants, which will aid deep space exploration. Today, unlike before in which only government can fund space endeavors and missions, there is rapid change in space travel landscape, which is brought about by the new crop of private space companies' investment into space, innovations, and development of new technologies. For example, on Friday, April 8, 2022, SpaceX launched the historic first private mission, reversed to as SpaceX Action 1 mission, of 4 private astronauts to the International Space Station, thereby contributing to the low Earth orbit economy and commercialization goal. In a similar vein, the new crop of private space companies is investing in returning humans to the moon and exploitation and mining of its natural resources. Presently, various techniques, proposals, and models are being developed for the in-situ resource utilization, that is, use of resources mined from the surface of the moon for propelling human missions to the Mars and beyond. Several companies have developed innovative ideas, technologies, and models for the lunar mining. Some of these companies are Lunar Outpost, iSpace Incorporation, Planetary Resources, Master Space Systems, Deep Space Industries, Offworld, Redwire Space, and ClearSpace. Lunar resources and mining. The moon contains excellent natural resources such as building materials, water, fuel, oxygen, and other useful resources. Lunar regolith. It was reported that lunar regolith suitable for construction is found all over the moon's surface. Ice that can be used to produce fuel, oxygen, and liquid water is also found in permanent shade, such as in craters or at the poles. Near side of the moon, as seen by NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbital spacecraft, is shown in this picture. Lunar basis support. Research, orbiters, and moon surface rovers show that many resources like ice are on the moon that could support lunar bases for decades and allow for the development of a lucrative lunar economy. Expanding the pool of ideas for excavating lunar resources safely and responsibly requires new technology development. NASA depiction of Artemis astronauts on the moon is shown in this picture. Lunar mining. Due to its low gravity, lack of atmosphere, and convenience for launching deep space missions, the moon is an important resource for astronomy, low gravity material production, and a logistic node for a mission to Mars. Ability to extract and use extraterrestrial resources will be a good support for human lunar exploration. Concept of lunar flashlight in a position over the south pole of the moon is shown in this picture. Lunar mining companies. Several companies are developing proposals and technologies that will help in the actualization of lunar mining. This picture shows illustration of a proposed industrial base for mining water and producing propellant at the lunar pole, featuring crew habitats, robotics, and industrial equipment. Lunar resources mining companies. Some of the companies that are into lunar resources mining are as follows: Lunar Outpost, Master Space Systems, Lunar Resources, Moon Express, Deep Space Industries, iSpace Incorporation, Off-World, Redwire Space, Planetary Resources, Clio Space, and Austere Engineering. Lunar Outpost. The Lunar Outpost company's focus is on developing technologies that have both Earth and space applications through the use of robotics and advanced instrumentation. Lunar Outpost plans on filling an important role in the expanding space industry and is currently using its technical expertise to solve a variety of technological challenges. A test model of the Lunar Resource Prospector rover is shown in this picture. Lunar Outpost mission is to create technologies that enable an extended presence on the lunar surface and a sustainable presence in lunar space while driving a positive impact on Earth. Lunar Outpost Company's key products are the commercial lunar rover that can provide mobility to a variety of payloads on the lunar surface, and the Canary air quality and monitoring system. The picture shown here is the rocket that will utilize Lunar Outpost rover, a rocket engine miner which was designed by Mastin, and a pressurized dome and vacuum system from ROIII to create a system for sustainable ice mining for future space colonies. Lunar Outpost plays an integral role in the groundbreaking project of making fixed oxygen on Mars as part of NASA's Perseverance rover mission. Mars Oxygen in Situ Resource Utilization Experiment. The NASA Perseverance rover mission used its Mars Oxygen in Situ Resource Utilization Experiment to produce useful oxygen on the surface. One day, the technology could be useful for human missions to the Red Planet. Concept art from NASA's trained astronauts entering a lunar outpost is shown in this picture. Lunar Outpost was one of the companies selected by NASA to collect space resources and transfer ownership to the agency. Lunar Outpost proposed a collection of lunar resources for $1 following arrival of a lander to the lunar South Pole in 2023. Lunar Outpost rover descending to the lunar surface down a ramp deployed off a Mastin lander is shown in this picture. Mastin Space Systems is one of the lunar resources mining companies. Mastin Space Systems is an aerospace manufacturer that develops vertical takeoff, vertical landing rockets initially for uncrewed research orbital spaceflights and eventually intended to support robotic orbital spaceflight launches. Rocket innovations. Rocket innovations have enabled the company to evolve into the space infrastructure company. This picture shows artist's depiction of a lander descending to the lunar surface, carrying a rover housing Marsden's rocket mining system. Marsden Space Systems' mission is to accelerate space ecosystems on the Moon, Mars, and beyond. Plans for achieving the company's objective by enabling regular, reliable access to the lunar surface and then make it possible to extract and utilize extraterrestrial resources like water, methane, and rare earth metals found on the Moon. The resources can be useful for fuel, power, and manufacturing. This picture shows rocket mining system on rover. Lunar Resources is one of the lunar resources mining companies. It's a space industry company pioneering space manufacturing, off-Earth resource extraction, and in-situ resource utilization. Lunar Resources is working on technologies that will help to develop and commercialize space manufacturing and resources extraction technologies to catalyze the space economy. Vision of an international research base on the Moon is shown in this picture. Lunar Resources plans to deploy its technology to fabricate the next generation of functional thin film spacecraft components in space and be the leader in power generation on the Moon. This picture shows NASA concept art of an envisioned lunar mining facility. Lunar Resources has been awarded contract to perform mining of oxygen and metals on the Moon as early as 2024. Proto-flight resource extraction. Lunar Resources was also awarded contract to develop a proto-flight resource extraction reactor for the production of metals on the Moon. This picture shows concept art from NASA showing astronauts entering a lunar outpost. Moon Express is another mining company. Its mission statement is to redefine possible by returning to the Moon and unlocking its mysteries and resources for the benefit of humankind. Moon Express concept of lunar mining is shown in this picture. Moon Express robotic expeditions to the Moon is planned to redefine the possible by bringing the Moon within reach of everyone. Robotic spacecraft systems are aimed at reducing the cost of access to the Moon, are designed to blaze the trail for commercial space transportation and exploration beyond Earth orbit. Moon Express lunar rover is shown in this picture. Lunar expeditions. Moon Express planned 3 expeditions that will culminate in a mission to mine moon rocks and return them to Earth. The expeditions are Expedition 1, Lunar Scout. The Lunar Scout expedition is designed to demonstrate the cost effectiveness of entrepreneurial approaches to space exploration, carrying a diverse manifest of payloads, including the International Lunar Observatory, Moonlight. Demonstration of lunar mining system by the Moon Express is shown in this picture. Expedition 2, Lunar Outpost. The Lunar Outpost expedition will enable the first commercial presence and exploration of the lunar South Pole, which has concentrations of water and other valuable lunar resources. Expedition 3, Harvest Moon. The Harvest Moon expedition will include the first commercial sample return mission. The lunar samples brought back will be the only privately owned moon materials on Earth and will be used to benefit science as well as commercial purposes. Concept of robotic lander for moon mining is shown in this picture. Deep Space Industries is another lunar resources mining company. Deep Space Industries, which was acquired on January 1, 2019 by Bradford Space, was developing and building spacecraft technology for easy access to deep space and to lower the cost. Deep Space Industries focused on mining the moon for rare elements and metals and bring them back to the Earth. Deep Space Industries' asteroid mining concept is shown in this picture. iSpace Incorporation. iSpace is developing robotic spacecraft technologies to build landers and rovers to compete for both transportation and exploration mission contracts from space agencies and private industry. iSpace will help clients who may want to discover, map, and use their natural lunar resources. This picture shows artist illustration of iSpace Series 2 robotic lander on the surface of the moon. iSpace robotic lunar landers and lunar rovers are designed to provide low-cost, high-frequency transportation of customer payloads to the moon. iSpace challenged conventional processes and adopted agile development methods to speed up development and reduce costs while maintaining quality. An illustration of the micro-rover that iSpace plans to deploy on its second lunar mission is shown in this picture. iSpace Japan proposed collection for $5,000 following arrival in 2022 of a lander to Lacus Zuminorum on the moon's northeastern near side. iSpace Europe proposed collection for $5,000 following arrival in 2023 of a lander to the lunar South Pole. This picture shows demonstration of the mining of the moon's resources, which could lead to longer or deeper space expeditions and exploration missions. Upward is another lunar resources mining company. The Upward vision envisioned millions of smart robots working under human supervision on and offward, turning the inner solar system into a better, gentler, greener place for life and civilization. Upward is planning to build mining robots to send to the moon and beyond. This picture shows artist's impression of Upward robots working in swarms on the lunar surface. ClearSpace. ClearSpace vision is as follows. ClearSpace has capabilities for distributed sensing and intelligence gathering. The Clear satellites exploit rapidly deployed technologies to reduce risk and ensure that changing customer needs are fulfilled proactively by small low-cost satellites. ClearSpace is developing robotic explorers to mine the moon. This picture shows ClearSpace operation of constellation of RF reconnaissance satellites. Redwire Space is another lunar resources mining company. Redwire is a leader in mission-critical space solutions and high-reliability companies for the next generation of space economy. Redwire is currently developing in-situ resource utilization technology to accelerate humanity's expansion into space that will enable the use of lunar regolith as building material on the lunar surface with Redwire regolith print. An example of the excavator driving off the earth material transport is shown in this picture. Planetary Resources is another lunar resources mining company. Planetary Resources hopes to expand Earth's natural resource base by utilizing the resources that can be found within asteroids. Lunar mining. The company plans to develop and deploy technologies to make asteroids and lunar mining a possibility. This picture shows asteroid mining concept. Austere Engineering. The extraction and use of lunar resources, such as water ice, is a key priority for NASA, which is working to establish a permanent human presence on and around the moon by the end of the decade through Artemis program. Austere Engineering Company won contract with NASA for its idea, which will excavate icy regolith with a rotary tiller. The lunar ice digging system is shown in this picture. For more information, contact Astronautics for Exploit. You've been watching and listening to the presentation on lunar mining service provider companies, the drivers behind lunar economy. Thank you.